As I told you, with the buffs coming, Vel'Koz will be picked more and more in competitive as soon as pro players get to figure him out and learn how to play him. The thing is, there's a player who can play him even before, who we watched earlier. It was GL Nite, now it's Rgo Nite, and he's a Vel'Koz enthusiast. So all I know is he got picked, and we're gonna be watching this. So there's a lot of this fucking show. Just care about the draft, really. 314, look! 314. Okay, it's a sign that Vel'Koz is gonna get picked. Do we have timestamps?
Well, now they've let the Lydia through, right? You're 2-0 down, and this pick that you were so determined to ban on red side, where I feel like there's a lot of ban on red side, you finally let through, and if you lose this game, the whole series is done. You're out of the tournament.
Let's see the draft. I'm curious about the draft. Why they picked Vel'Koz in the first place? Because Vel'Koz is very rare as a pick, and he wants to be very specific. Okay, J4 into Yumi Zin. That's a nasty combo. Yumi Zin. Good front line.
We should see C-Boy back on something he's more comfortable on as well. He doesn't have to come in and brawl on the likes of Vel'Koz we saw earlier. He doesn't have to be the one counter jungling on the Graves. This is so simple. Skip camps,
cast or AD carry.
make it work. And with champions like this, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Kaden Lux every time it's about that bot side.
Lux? This is a situation where being a little bit frustrated maybe from the previous game where they were kept in check by Luck and Binsu on the Shinami. Only really? To stomp them. Okay, that is the game plan.
Is that a thing? Wait, is Lux thing in competitive? She's not a good mid laner. She's not a great mid laner.
That's why they went for that early Yumi to have that tool against them. But now you're
I mean, Vel'Koz would be really good against her.
This is definitely going to be a lane where they just farm plates for the side of Bifrost. This has to be a winning lane for OD. We've been singing the praises of this bot lane all series long, and it just hasn't come to life at all. We're into the second ban phase, and now we're seeing
Lux support? Oh, Caitlyn Lux. They're doing the bind trap thing. Okay. Long range pull. So they're just playing early game then without. If they don't punish early game, like Yumi Ezreal's in, they're just gonna tear through them. Like they're not really carries or mage that can deal with the Zin ever.
We've seen a lot of mid bans as well. If there's something left open that you're like, we can look to prioritize this, then you could definitely go for it.
Yeah, blue side control. They got the EP.
More scaling oriented picks, but we do see that GP coming in, so I think this is quite strong in terms of it's something that was talked about at the start of the season when we saw Caitlyn Lux be such a prominent lane. It was the GP being able to impact bots.
So Zir mid, no? Ziggs mid. Either way, Vel'Koz works.
Just blind pick that, and like we were saying earlier, give Knight that counter pick in the mid lane, make it as comfortable as possible. Fury looking in the Azir in the mid lane here. Bit of an interesting blind pick, right?
Honestly, I don't think it's too bad. It allows you to play around with the range as well. You got the range to play around.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, it's gonna be Cyan, right? No way, it's gonna be Cho'Gath. Okay, so listen up. I was talking to Vigar V2 recently on Twitter. Like he was asking me about Vel'Koz if he's good, and he sent me like a mock draft that he kind of came up with, and it looked very similar like this, like topside tanks. Like casual mid laner like this where Vel'Koz does really well, like versus Orianna, versus Zio, versus Corki, all that shit. Versus Victor, yeah, that was the one he mentioned. So Vel'Koz does really well in these case of drafts. So he can deal with these guys, like with the CDR and like fucking shred. He's super safe for these, because in solo queue this might be a bit annoying to deal with Lux or Azir, but in competitive they will very rarely be engaging onto you exactly, right? Only in lane a bit you have to pay attention. Because your positioning should be really good, because you have Yumi Zin setup. Yumi Zin setup is so good at diverting the front line. He just soaks it all up with his ult. Like, all of this long range gets cut off. And who's gonna kill him? Azir melee? Fuck no. J4 and Cyan melee? Fuck no. So Zin basically is practically immune in teamfights, and he's just there to like create a buffer zone in between and to create positioning. So we have a spoiler. We know Vel'Koz is drafted, so I would be like shouting right now, pick Vel'Koz if I was watching live. So just imagine that. Kurai, happy anniversary, man. Thanks for 3 years.
I haven't been online for a while. How have you been?
I've been great, man. Appreciate it. Welcome back. Welcome back, buddy.
Love to play, right? You have two super long range carries and then these massive tanks.
Thanks, man. Welcome back. Happy anniversary. Naughty. Okay, so he'll play teleport, obviously, and because it's a Azir matchup, he'll be running. He's gonna be running what the fuck is the secondary called? Inspiration, yeah. He has to go sustain
like
there.
the Seraph, like the Vel'Koz, traditionally speaking, can be used.
Yeah, I would
as
always be
control
shouting
picks.
to
Usually
pick
the
him
champions
through.
that has greater range than most champions, they
Yeah, so he's gonna be playing like the
against
casual,
champions
competitive
against
Vel'Koz,
champions.
which is just gonna be
If you're
regular
HP,
stuff.
With a life form disintegration ray, you could just be completely put in lethal range.
I mean, this is the scary thing about playing into a Go Rogue is they just have so
In this
many
game,
chances
stopwatch
in
can
their
be
arsenal
good
to
for
pull out
Vel'Koz.
and catch you off guard with.
You could pick up
Don't expect
stopwatch
to be playing
mid-game,
into Vel'Koz and get great
or
in
you
this
could pick
series.
it up
It
in
has been
runes
locked
if you
in.
want along
And
with
it's
the
a really nice
cookies.
draft pick, like you were
Boots
saying.
cookies probably the
Next question is,
norm.
well, is your reliance on the Jarvan to kind of close the gap, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't
We
close
could
the
go,
gap with Vel'Koz, you can have a bad time. Jarvan, not
Well, you
really
don't really need the materializer.
And on top of that, the Vel'Koz,
What
like,
else?
we saw quite a slow game in the previous one. There was a little action early.
What else? Let's think about a build versus that comp.
If Vel'Koz is flash, I
What do you think of my 50s boots? Yeah, I mentioned during the game they were really good actually.
But I see a lot
It absolutely counters Pike, Zac, and me. So it was pretty good.
of range as well coming out from a Go Rogue. But for me, it's more like
It was definitely a good pickup there. Like, cause all you need to do is survive that situation, and you guys are winning. But because it's Sulk, it gets wobbly, so the game went like all kinds of directions. You guys had it, and then you threw it, and then we just made a comeback. So yeah.
80% of the time, get control down towards that bottom.
Okay, let's see. So the build here should be, he should get Landry's, Lucidity, Horizon Focus into decap, and he's gonna pick up stopwatch in between there somewhere, because he's not running it on runes. Team was not human? Yeah, that game was wild. It was kind of wild, Vigor. So yeah, look at the draft. Did you? I'm guessing you watched this already. The Vel'Koz game. We're just reviewing it. Knight drafted it. It very resembles the one you sent me, like with the topside tanks. And Vel'Koz with good positioning can shit on this. And Xin buffer in between to, yeah. You saw this game? Yeah. No spoilers.
Not quite so hot, I wouldn't say, but still, just very much showing that he knows he has to be very active looking for those early ganks. And I feel like if this game ends up trending towards
very good
as we've
Vel'Koz
seen
game.
so far this series, I think I am really confident in a Go Rogue winning it out.
You just watch him go full lethality and just blow off people.
So I'm guessing if their bot lane can manage this early, like long range poke and survive, they should be chilling, honestly. Mid game teamfights can be really good here.
As both junglers are starting up on the top side of the map, so again, leaning
Knight
towards
landing
playing
some
towards
stuff
the bot
there.
side. This time it's Odie and Jewel who are going to be set up to get that early shove, as you can see here. Shoving the lane in, and we're expecting plates. It's going to be plates galore for Odie.
Yeah, and let's take a look at C-Boy's jungle pathing as well. Is he going to be skipping any camps at all? So far, he's been clearing his blue buff. He's been on Gromp, and right now he's on the Wolves instead. Question is, are you going to be skipping these Raptors? I can imagine he will just take the red buff, see if he can come down
Oh
to the
shit!
bot side,
Sorry
but
guys. Wait. Sorry. Holy fuck. Yeah, this display capture sucks. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything.
and see if they can go for
Did not
the
miss
potential
anything.
dive, but they might even miss the timing.
Interesting enough, right, we have C-Boy level 3, didn't see any like level 2 early ganks you can often get. I feel like that could
No
be quite
early
effective if
shenanigans.
you're able
Well,
to look
yeah,
for
this is like a very
different
passive game, very
because that has
chill.
been such an
Vel'Koz can only
interesting
die
piece in
post
this
6,
series,
really.
The mid-lane difference between Knight and Fury. In game 1, I will absolutely say Fury got bullied out. Right, a lot of help from the rest of the team to make the matchup go in favor of Knight. But game 2,
Yes, but teleport
differential.
mitigates
I
it
feel like,
very well
as you were
bandito.
highlighting in the draft phase,
Plus, he
the
makes
fact that
himself
being the
kind of
corner pick,
a bit more
taking this
vulnerable
Vel'Koz
to
into the Azir,
to
I feel
ganks.
like Fury needs to have a good game if Bifrost want to be successful in this one.
Because if Azir has to play aggressive, he sacrifices a lot of defensiveness for that. He loses HP because the corrupting, and if he keeps going E in, he should get wrecked.
That's going to be great.
But yeah, he should go corrupting here and try to create early advantage in CS. I mean, he should get it in early, but mid game is going to be mitigated.
All he's getting so far really is just a scuttle, but nothing other than that.
But Rabble has to pay respect to this as well.
Vel'Koz
he
just
knows
spikes
he's
way
under
better in
pressure,
mid-game.
and now C-Boy's
Way
actually
better, so.
moving in. Does have
Vel'Koz
that
is just
smite,
survival
same for
here.
Rabble. Looks like they're probably
Yeah.
just going to give it up.
The lane
Will
prios
be
are
blue
working
and
for
head
this,
back
but
towards
yeah,
the
they didn't
Wolves.
pull it
But the
off.
important here, critically, is the vision secured, right? Especially on the bot side, we can see that he's got a ward a little bit deep in the jungle. He's tracking Rabble. Another ward comes down.
Okay.
They'll spot him out, flags and drags away to
Cheeky.
safety though, and C-Boy's out.
There's no secure support from a Go Rogue, right? He can just dash over the wall. Bot lane
Yep.
is in no position to move, so he steals away the camp, and once more he is just ensuring his team have full information on Rabble. Bot lane want a 2v2. They want no outside input coming in, because that's where the Caitlyn Lux will really excel.
And this is very interesting because this is usually how a Go Rogue they win their games, right? They choke out their enemies with their
Yeah,
pressure,
see, if
they go
Azir
in
had
counter
corrupting, he
jungle
could
with
like
Rabble. This time
continuously
around,
harass
it's
this
C-Boy who is
Vel'Koz,
into
especially because they're
counter
playing
jungle.
like
It's
high
down towards the
prio bot
side where they're
side.
just getting plating. They're just getting
And they could,
natural
like,
resources in the map that's giving
do
them a
some
500
shenanigans
gold
with
before
jungler.
4 minutes into the game. So great stuff for Bifrost.
It's very
They don't
difficult to
need
kill
the kills in
Azir
the
here in
beginning.
early.
If they can keep this sort of pressure up, well, they could be on the track to all of a sudden just move the pieces pieces around.
He definitely wants to play more aggressive. Nite is doing really well in CS so far.
Nearly 2 already.
Still has 2
already at
cookies.
4 minutes. We're closing in on 5 minutes. It's really, really big for them. Gonna head back, get a pickaxe, just early power picked up for Odie in lane. Fury as well, still got pressure, and this is unlocking C-Boy to play that style, which we just don't see all that much from
There's a zero squishy? Yeah, but he never really dies here.
He's facilitated.
Vel'Koz will never land in a million years.
For C-Boy is that he, as a player, is someone with a very facilitative champ. We'll see
As long as he holds his E, he's chilling, and he just keeps sending his soldiers forward. Is this gonna work?
Head towards his tower. He's going low as the barrels connect, but Shikari is out of there.
So cold, doesn't even expand the flash there, just literally walks out of it and then he emotes.
Yeah, neither jungler can really do much in this game.
Oh, and stops the recall as well.
And the icing on top, but as we were saying before, C-Boy tends to play this facilitator role, and we can kind of see from the picks he has taken, a lot of champions within
Zin is kind of desperate here, just trying to make something happen.
Which is why, in that game 1, when we did see the Graves, it was such a weird one.
Because bottom side is very, like, it's dangerous for him. Every time he's bottom side, he can expect an engage, and now is a 0 level 6, which opens up a possibility of bot lane dive.
And with this, let's have a look at the
And
rotation right now. Fury just pushed in the
Mid lane traded teleport, so he can't really counter that with TP.
And that kind of just forces Rabble to respond. He can't go back to clear his jungle. Well, now he's on Gromp, but before that, he had to go down and just trying to mitigate any pressure coming out from
Casters.
And I think this has been the story of this game. We're 6 minutes in, and this is like the second layer of
Oh, J4 is getting advantage in CS.
Blue side jungle from a Go Rogue. They're constantly making sure that they're spotting out.
He's desperate because he's got nothing else to do. He's just making like a very desperate play. He can't really farm for free. Every time he's farming, he's like looking over his shoulder.
You have to take into account if she's going for the Luden's echo, the kind of build path as well, she'll be doing a lot of damage, sitting at the 17.
But if they just get away with like minor CS disadvantages, like that's totally fine. Their team fight should like should make up for that. Ah, nice. He's gonna force his E back. I like that E, like or a Q. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? Look what he did with his Q here.
They can move it up towards the top side.
He fakes it on a minion. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go for two minions, and it's something that very often happens. And obviously, like usual mid lane dynamic is if you're gonna use ability for minions, you're gonna go forward and try to punish. And because he fakes it on minions to recast it here, predicting the move forward. Well, he kind of did a reactionary, but I guess low ping gaming. And yeah, he has to pop him like here.
Away from resources, you're stopping a lot of the scaling.
Oh, Fury is able to dive away to safety, but a lot of damage coming out from Nite.
But that's not terrible for a Zir, but Nite just kind of buys a bit of space, I guess. Because again, he won't be very relevant here. He won't be using these ults early game for like very good things. So using it for a bit of tempo is not terrible, like for sure. Okay, 2 cookie.
They found the binding onto Lucker as well, but he can shift away.
Yeah, he's cracking under pressure. Zin trying to make a play desperately again.
Rebel dash forward, he got CC and he died.
Yeah, you're correct. I just don't understand the thought process behind Rabble going for that play.
Yeah, if anything, Zin can just like show up mid lane, help Vel'Koz get a reset. But he seems to be getting a good reset here.
Oh, he's gone. No, he's still just slightly out of range.
Do you think Lucidity rush for TP cooldown? Yeah, Lucidity is cool. I said the build here should be line race Lucidity. And yeah, Lucidity is very cheap, so you can pick it up early. Helps him get the tempo with the teleport. More flashes. Definitely safer, extends the game towards your spikes. Also, with Sword Shoes, you lose value anyway.
If Nite is forced to stand still with the ultimate,
and if he's not planning on going like any MR, like who cares?
It's just like shooting fish in a barrel. So definitely a lot of value coming out from that Lux, as it is such a long-ranged ability. For now, though, we've seen Jewel move up to the top side.
Bro.
Despite the fact that they had so much pressure bot, they're using that prio to try.
Bully Lux.
Herald. You can see Odie was walking towards
mid lane CS is going very well. Like, this is very chill. It's pretty much equal when he catches this wave.
And I think this might have just been the best early game we've seen from Bifrost this game.
This is a massive improvement from them. They have struggled in all 2 games, and just able to really come back here into this.
But yeah, GP, Yumi, they're all on timers. Vel'Koz mid game is going to be super sick after 1 item, 1.5 item, 2.
In this series.
Level
Rogue
13
have been playing
spike.
very, very well, and I think the main thing for me is the cohesiveness of Rogue. Rogue have looked very put together. They look like everything's very clear and with a clear goal. When Bifrost have looked way more scattered. They've come into this game with a great idea of how to play this early game. The question for me now is, can they take this going forward? And my question for you is, what do they do?
Okay, he picked up the refillable there. Yeah, his TP will be coming up, so he's gonna get some value there. And yeah, Lucidity paired up with that just to survive Azir. Because Azir soldiers start to hurt now, and they're fairly unavoidable. The thing is about Vel'Koz, after like level 7 he clears very, very nicely mid waves. So he'll rarely get poked. He can easily neutralize the wave no matter what. Jungle bot diff. Nah, it doesn't matter. These are minor differences. If Xin didn't die, like this would be like trending towards like a red side victory, in my opinion. Like I don't really see how like the blue side will lack damage later on.
Kind of limits Knight because he needs that as a safety point, a place to hide behind to be able to clear the waves.
Because Xin does damage and he will be acting like a tank. Whereas enemy tanks like J4 and Sion will get wrecked by Vel'Koz.
Quite happy with that trade for himself as well.
But it's also just about how they move around the pressure right now. Every time Odie. Whoa.
Okay.
Nah. Dude, it was a close one. It was a close one.
Bad laser by Lux. Feels bad.
Every time Fury gets mid-lane pressure, here we
Yeah, that's basically the only way he's gonna die ever with a shuffle. He's saving Flash because he fucked up, he realized. Yeah, like, that's basically the only way you're gonna die. I guess they didn't track the jungler very well. Here he comes. Oh! Wait, he hit? Wait, what? That's... What? Did he hit that? It did hit, it's just invisible.
Oh, he
Okay.
crushes in, he's chasing onto Jaw, but the shielding is so heavy right now. Gets the knock up, but it's on his lonesome.
Yeah, good play.
Rabble finds the kill.
I thought he fucked it up. But,
They still have the Rift Herald. You actually get one down towards the bot side, but now you might
yeah, see, this is a huge issue. Getting punished here is gonna have to TP. Oh shit, he's teleporting that one?
We've seen from the likes of Bifrost. Looks like they won't be able to get it
Okay.
this time, but it's very low to be picked up.
Yeah, and so any opportunity where if Knight gets caught
Good
out,
TP,
or if Knight
defends
tries
it.
to move, or there's any isolated moment where
Jin Zhao is a melee character, true. Hey, Rustbat. Yeah, they lost so much money here on the plates.
Will look to scale up, but the Sion can actually do a lot of damage to towers with Demolish when he gets the window.
It's 10 plates across the map right now.
Man, Knight is good at farming. He always has good CS on Vel'Koz.
Luden's Echo now finished up for Fury. Odie hasn't actually been to base, but probably sitting on a fair amount himself with all the plays he's been able to pick up. You can see there, got himself an 8,000 gold lead over Lucka. This bot lane is
8,000!
8,000 gold lead.
Over 8,000!
How
I
many
can't believe
plates
it!
has he got? Did you say 100 plates? 100
You know,
plates, man? That's
you know,
crazy.
I was really excited to try and cast a U2, and now I am regretting it. I am regretting it.
And that's on Grom. Down towards the bot side now. Odie should be able to
Okay.
crash this wave. Can go for a reset.
Again, blue team really wants to snowball this. They need to like get Sion in somehow with a cheeky TP and like absolutely demolish them.
Go for the reset afterwards, and it looks like
Because GP is not a huge punish on the turrets.
He's gonna get final sparks, gonna get ace in the hold, and it's not
Wow, Yumi doesn't block that?
Able to
Really?
hold them in place long enough for Odie to get the kill.
Could Yumi not block that?
Execution, no.
To get ace in the hold. He has no mana.
Oh, was she on cooldown? She dropped down and then she went back up.
Get ace in the hold.
Yumi doesn't give a fuck. He's like, get out.
Hold them in place
Hide,
long enough
hide
for
behind
Odie to
Brom.
I mean, just beautiful execution. No mana for Lucka. Really should be overstaying, but the thought process was if he ever backs, the tower's gone. Well, the tower went anyway, and your life was...
Like, I mean, even if you take extra damage in Yumi there, you're probably not gonna die. You can jump to your Xin, but you deny Caitlyn a kill. Isn't that much better?
We'll see the replay. I'm just gonna say, this is the second time we've seen
Like,
B2
your Ezreal will live much longer. Well, much, but...
Guys, he's dead either way. Even if that ace in the hold does not connect, it's
But you're gonna deny a kill.
stuck in a pit with that amount of...
Wow, dude! Production value. That's pretty good.
Production, you're smurfing. Thank you.
Fucking hell, dude. This is next level. This is world's level
The
shit.
thing is, even if he's dead anyway, at least then it's not Odie getting the kill.
Yeah, see?
Fair point. Fair
Casters
point. You know
know.
what? I'll settle down.
Well, as the turret plates do almost 4.
You skip to the part Vel'Koz finally useful? Yeah, we'll see. If he ever gets useful. He should, though. After one item, he'll do well, and their team comp does much better. Good flash, but again, no punish. Like, you want a position like that if you want to bait. Because Azir can't go out when he goes in. And if you have jungler countering that, that's really good. But... Okay. Okay, slow. Zin, can he go in range? Nope. Unlucky. Unlucky. Again, Knight is holding good CS. He made one fuck up. Well, two, I guess he shouldn't have wasted his flash. But yeah, it's very, very difficult to play against that. Like, both Azir Shuffle and J4 ult, they require you to flash. So, it's kind of impossible to deal with those.
And I think it's just a resurgence, right? Game 1 and 2 were definitely rough, but game 3 they went, right, we're going to take agency in the early game. We already played so heavily towards a bot.
Yeah, they're just not going to play Dragon at all. They know their comp, they just want to scale and get gold. That's all they need.
You're dictating the pace.
It's just
they picked up one early, they didn't give a fuck. They know like it's too late for blue side to start stacking because it's not their win con really.
That raises the spirits and communication as well. So having your star bot lane, Drew and Elodie finally take over game.
So yeah, they'll just take a bit of a farm.
They're enjoying themselves.
Yeah, having an absolutely amazing game for themselves as well. And I think they kind of, it's recognizing that
there we go. Line race picked up, guys.
There was a lot of jungle bans coming out across this.
This is the shit.
And they go, well, this means bot lane is fairly open for us to get creative with. And if we see Bifrost win this game, I don't question how picks and bans looks going into that game 4.
Okay, Vel'Koz is really strong now. If they have like a very key point, I mean, if they're stacking dragons, you would definitely want to get before 3rd or 4th dragon, you definitely want to pick up stopwatch. Right now, you can kind of afford to be a bit glass cannon and just be risky, you know. You can go like Horizon Focus next. Didn't I watch Azzapp? I should hope so. Yeah, he's just getting bullied here. Bro, that's so much shit invested. I have no idea why Azir flashed there. But yeah, he's just getting bullied. Ideally, every one of these deaths is preventable, but man, like, it requires a lot of like thinking and. But it is better than losing a bit of CS than dying for sure.
And Fury still able to catch these waves for the moment. We're actually seeing Bloodthirster coming in second for OD, so getting closer and closer towards that. The BS sword, the Vamp Scepter in the pocket.
Is something we've seen a lot from Vel'Koz, right? Is a second option, particularly into poke.
Do you think coaches should just look at the rank #1 champion, what they build in their games? How the fuck do you decide who's a rank #1 champion? You do realize those algorithms are finicky as shit. You can game them so easily. But there is a lot of knowledge, I guess, to be siphoned out of characters, especially if they have like really high skill ceiling. You look League of Grabs, bro, true. Yeah, I'm gonna get a Turkish Diamond 1, yeah, 80% win rate, yeah.
Wait for Fury to build up towards that top
True.
side. At night, he's just taking care of the mid lane wave, but you step in one way too early, you get caught, and you fight a go rogue on even footing. Not something you want to do when you're the team that's ahead.
Yeah, Smurf accounts are just ridiculous. Like, get a bronze fucking account and just get like 90% win rate to diamond, and you're gonna be rank 1 no matter what.
Particularly when you're playing Lux, you have to be so cautious on this pick. If you go too far, if you step too far forward, you'll just get deleted. Do you see he's actually gone for the Imperial Mandate, so not quite the loon.
But yeah, for certain characters it doesn't really matter, but for champs that are so niche, not very seen very often, like something like Vel'Koz is a perfect example, where you would definitely want to consult someone who's really good at it, if you want to try to like get some advanced stuff.
Well, I think the thing with Mandate is you proc.
Because I imagine even pro players are missing a lot of knowledge, because I remember when I talked to Yamato on stream, we did that, he didn't know a lot of things about Vel'Koz, which is very interesting. And he was looking to pick it up for his team when he was in Korea.
Too early on the shield, on the snare, sorry.
Shield the enemy. Take care. I hope you're okay, buddy.
He shielded them from death by missing his Q.
100%.
Okay, I kind of zoned out of the game. So yeah, it's just same shit. A red side leaking, trying to minimize the leaks and just wait for his scaling. Another pro game, Vel'Koz, hell yeah. It's again Knight. I wish we see like some different players. You guys sent me Nemesis playing in solo queue today again, which was a really bad game. It was a really bad game. He got soloed by Spain level 2. Should literally never happen. Okay, there we go. He's got flash this time around. That was cocky. I like that. I really like that Q, man. Nice. That was very well played. Okay. So again, these are always worth for the red side team.
I mean, they burn the flash from Knight. I think that's a critical thing. It's a minute 15 until that next dragon. If C-Boy gets his ultimate up available again, he can just essentially go, I'm going to jump on Knight.
That's pretty good. That was very well played.
If a Go Rogue wants to
He knew he was not gonna die even if he Qs, and he was just gonna lock them into the play.
It'd only be the second for Bifrost. I think they can honestly let it go. I don't think it's too much of an issue. But they do need to pick up the dragon for Bifrost and start to continue the momentum. Getting the Hextech Soul would be massive. And you said before, Jake, about how, you know,
okay, let's see. Wait, what? He bought larger.
100%, but
the fuck?
This soul as well, probably the best one you can get.
Why is he buying larger? Okay, so there are two options here. He's either going Shadow Flame, which is absolute fucking dog shit in this case, or it's basically reportable. And if he's going Decap second on a team that is leaking early game and their gold income is shit, it means he's gonna be so late on the spikes. I mean, the only reason is like, oh, if we really want to contest this dragon, I'm gonna get the fastest spike possible. Has to be Shadow. No, Shadow Flame is trolling. If we build Shadow Flame, bench him. Yeah, this is it's suboptimal either way, I would say. Has to be Horizon Focus here second. It enhances the true damage, shits on tanks. You get vision on poke. It procs on basically every ability, and you get better, like easier purchase. Because you don't have money, you don't have gold income to buy decap here. You're gonna have too many power gaps where enemies are gonna punish you.
Threshold where a Go Rogue do feel like they're back in this game.
This is rough.
Looking at 2 to 3 items on GB here coming through.
He's going very cookie here.
Fury actually held that, didn't go in, waited for the shift back, and now
I would go Zhonya's second item into this team, but I'm professional. Zhonya's definitely good here, which is why I said stopwatch. Buying Zhonya's alone is like so many resources wasted. Like Zhonya sucks as an item. I hate building it. You definitely want his stopwatch at some point in this game. Seems like Medjai's angle? Could be, because in later on fights you should never die. You could even go Medjai's. That's not terrible. Especially if you want to pair it up with like, with whatever the fuck, Death Cap. Because they should never really die in later on stage fights. But to buy Medjai's on 0 stacks would be a bit cocky, and it would like lose a bit more value.
Shikari goes down. Rabble's on Grump, and Shikari just gonna watch it happen.
Okay, so they gave a dragon, got stuff. Top lane, it's pretty good. Hey, Lancer, best boy.
Been fucking with the big boy Corona for a
oh
while.
shit.
First day in 4 days, I've managed to drag myself out of bed.
God damn, I remember when I had it. It definitely siphons your energy. Stay safe, man. Lancer, thank you for 39. Love you, buddy. Just chill, relax, watch some streams, watch some movies. Take it easy.
I think it's such a slow way to play. You have this advantage, you should use it. What they should be looking to do is
Cosmic second viable? Too experimental, I would say. That item is very bad on Vel'Koz. I only like it for the fun of it, like getting 150 ability haste. The movement speed is almost never useful for you. Same as like phase rush. It's really bad for Vel'Koz. Because you either full combo into ult and you don't get to use the movement speed, or you combo them, slow them, run them away, and you just kite. And you would do that anyway. You will almost never combo into chase. It's just really bad. It's really bad. Like, it's probably better to buy Lich Bane than that shit right here. So
the waves already coming in top, they're desynced, and they've messed up, which gives this window.
They are looking for Fury. C-Boy's in the area. Fury able to drag away, and they've got a teleport coming down as well, so it's a full collapse here.
Vel'Koz didn't TP though. He trusts his team. They made a call, I guess, not to teleport on the turret, because he could have countered this so fucking hard. But yeah, they were confident. They know they can live, and that's the bullshit like Xin unkillable combo. So if they engage anyone but Vel'Koz, which that's how it has to be. Like GP will be split pushing forever because Sion can't really match him anymore. Blue team has the force. They have infinite defense with Vel'Koz and Ezreal, so they can never really get sieged. They have to get Dove, and that's not very much an option. And the front line Xin with Yumi is basically unkillable to the enemy team because they're too long range. So that's exactly what we're talking about in the draft.
In the vicinity to commit to a fight like that. The mid lane play and the top lane play, the wave that just
Doesn't Cosmic Dragon get you over 100 ability haste, which is losing value? No. It's not losing value, it goes linearly.
But also finding that cohesion and setting up these rotations.
CDR back in the day scaled kinda exponentially. The more you had it, the more valuable it is. Now it's linear. You don't lose value. You just seem to lose value when you convert it to the other one.
You know, the problem is in the world that we set up,
it's weird math.
We wanted to
Trust
see,
me.
they would all already be there. But here you get the TP coming in, the bot lane.
So that was really well played here. Good flash by Israel, huge flash by Israel. And then Xin. As soon as Xin pops ult, look at him. He just doesn't take damage. Because again, who's gonna fucking kill him? Azir's not gonna go melee.
And while all of this is happening, the Gangplank's pushing in the side, taking towers. It's just an absolute win on all fronts for the side.
Yeah, this guy is just farming the shekels.
Like we have right now with Bifrost ahead. The win condition for a Go Rogue is setting up vision pockets to find ways to fight back.
Yeah, the only way they lose is if they like lose Baron play, and then our blue team can actually siege. And I think they realize it, so they're like trying to force before GP hits points of value on the bottom side. So they're trying to force a 5v4, or at the very least bait a TP. But then again, they didn't think about one thing, which is Vel'Koz is fucking incredible at stopping Barons. So if they play this right, this should not really be a threat. Ezreal with Vel'Koz is just so crazy here.
Okay, we can't really work out how to use our sides well. Let's just stop Baron and see how that goes.
Yeah, this could be a really, really risky position for them.
Yeah, they have to back off as soon as Vel'Koz gets there. That'll be too much of a flip. I mean, they might need it to flip. Okay, I better miss positioning. Oh no, Sion. No, this is not live. This is a game that happened like a couple of days ago. But somebody told me that it was... I think I got tagged on Twitter that Vel'Koz got drafted, so I wanted to watch this. No TP out? GP being cookie as fuck. He could have teleported out. Oh? So he just donates money, but they're gonna get mid-third for this.
You go for that play, you punish the Gangplank who's overextended, but now you lose your mid-tier 1 as well. And
he's actually going decap, man. He's got two large ones. He's going decap, and he had a shutdown there for a moment.
So I feel like this game has slowed down.
Yeah, he's losing a lot of value during this. But as soon as he picks it up, it's gonna be pretty good. It doesn't really have too much AP to benefit from it, though. So I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this decap second, but here's the spike. What patch is this? This can't be new patch, right? This can't be 12.8. Because if it was, this decap would be slightly better due to scaling. But it probably isn't.
Imagine this time around they go into the late game where they're not behind.
Because competitive is late, right? Competitive gets a bit late on the patches. 12.6, yeah.
Phenomenal at coming back into this game, and as we were just highlighting, this is not soul. You don't have to fight for anything here. You can push the mid back up the top side. You can make him do what he just did down towards the bot side, and you just sit back, you scale, you wait for that time where you feel confident, and you're going in.
Okay, so yeah, this is the proper positioning. As long as Vel'Koz is not putting himself in danger, he's chilling.
Here in the mid lane, Simnivac's actually teleported in as the dragon spawned in.
They're gonna be giving up the third dragon. Look how they're just gonna brute force Xin forward. They don't give a fuck. He just doesn't take damage. Yeah. Okay, so GP in position and go. Times the stream? I'm a bit irregular these days. Life is hell. I don't know. Whenever I can, basically. Every moment that I can. Okay, Baron position time.
That would have been great, but you didn't. So
Baron position time. As soon as GP hits hard, they can control it.
Doing a great job to mitigate Bifrost, but that play around the dragon was
Ezreal should go top. Vel'Koz should do blue and then hold mid pressure. This is... I wouldn't really send Vel'Koz here top, but I guess they're not planning on creating pressure there.
I feel like Agoro are in a position where they feel a lot more confident to fight it now.
But that does alleviate the pressure because now for the
Vel'Koz can pick up stopwatch here for the next fight because next dragon is going to be big and they definitely want to fight. They definitely want to fight the next dragon or Baron.
So they can move around the map, they can answer out in these side lanes and teleport in if necessary. So Bifrost have a slight pressure kind of advantage right now on the map over a Go Rogue.
The thing is, that will matter for now, but when Drake is up again, like the soul comes through,
Yeah.
the teleports will be back. So it's kind of up to Bifrost to see what they can utilize this with. I feel like they get a second chance now for doing what we said earlier.
0-2-0, better give him a
Trying to
shutdown.
play on the top side.
True, and he's losing in
Control.
CS.
But even right now, when we look at the minimap,
Yeah, these
it's
bounties
not
get
very
completely
aggressive
broken in
vision we're
competitive.
seeing. It's very passive. It's not very decisive, and I think it's just kind of reminiscent of the Bifrost we've seen this entire series.
Oh,
Teleport though.
This is that advantage we're talking about.
Yeah, they're trying to punish the GP. Because they failed so many engages on the top side and they can't really deal with it.
Good use of the TP to punish, right? You know you have that advantage, but that won't necessarily...
Okay, so now they have the Sion TP, so they really... They saved most of ability, so they have a zero shuffle. So the blue team really wants to force here. They really want to force this.
Oh, final spark also coming in.
Because they have the TP on Sion, they have pressure.
Time's ticking away, and as soon as spawns,
That Q.
the cannon barrage available in the
Cheeky
battle
Q.
means you can't really look for that objective. So they got a pick, and what? It didn't mean anything. They're gonna try and push up mid, but I feel like there's enough wave clear between.
What do you mean
the
didn't mean
Ezreal and
anything? They're desperate.
Vel'Koz to easily handle
Did they
this.
get the tier 2? Tier 2 is fuck ton of money. The pressure mid, they get vision.
It's all your tank though. It doesn't really mean that much in the grand scheme of things. But
They wanna play the fourth dragon now.
Move Fury up towards the top side. He need to sink in the way.
Blue team losing like the first dragon is really hurting them here.
And kind of capitalize on it, but they're off tempo now, and they won't be able to kind of commit to the play.
They gave more time for RGO to play. Oh, there's the stopwatch in Vel'Koz. There you go.
They don't know if this Baron's going.
Can you please go fucking Horizon focus now, though?
I know it's on a short cooldown, but constantly firing it because they don't know if Bifrost are on that Baron.
Imagine the amount of damage you do, and then you like amplify it by 10%, and even the true damage. Like, come on, it's huge. They don't have any MR really, except on Sion, and a bit. Yeah, it's not good enough MR to go with Void Staff. Usually, if you do this 0 MR or a Magic Pen, if you go without Ludens, without Sork Shoes, like you get no Shadow Flame, you can get Void Staff because it gets really good value. But yeah.
Realistically, Bifrost are trying to make sure they have some vision over here, so nothing untoward happens. But the focus is going to be this next dragon. It's a minute 30 away, and critically we have also...
You want Shadow Flame if you can get them to 0 MR. That's it. You want to get it if you can push them towards true damage. And in this game you can't do it to anyone, so... If you were to buy Shadow Flame, it would be absolute troll, as we talked about earlier. Okay. So they engage, GP repositions. Vel'Koz is in good position here to punish, but they got the Yuumi and Zen. And Zen is just baiting. This Zen is just tanking on purpose, I swear. And then he presses ult and he's immune. And guess who's not immune? Fucking Sion. That's just how their comp goes. If they can't get onto Vel'Koz or like Ezreal or GP, they're kind of fucked. Zen is such a disgusting character with his ult.
They need to push Bifrost as far back as they can on the map.
Importantly, because they banned so many ultimates, right? 4 down from a Go Rogue. And there's still the Cataclysm available for the side of Bifrost. We'll see the replay. Ultimately, Signivac just walking into the Fog of War just end up burning his flash, but the focus target being Rabble doesn't work too well. The ultimate means no one can follow up, and then at this point...
Yeah, he's legit immortal. You know, that Zen ult is so broken. Maybe we should give it to a character on their regular ability instead of ult. That would be interesting. That would be pretty interesting. Okay, this dragon must be fought.
Might be waiting a little bit longer for a good opportunity to find that perfect
Tank that dies in 1.5. Yeah. Now they're just doing the angles and the Ezreal poke. Vel'Koz has stopwatch flash. He can play this more aggressively. He's too far back. Okay. Let it rip. Do we have any combos? No. Okay. Holy shit, that was close. Yeah, this is Vel'Koz's own duty right here. Zone him. Ult, nice. Yeah, look at it. Vel'Koz's zoning 3 of them. Vel'Koz's zoning 3 of them. It's a 50-50 on Drake, but they should be winning the fight, right? Never mind, Ezreal kind of trolled there.
Fury finds the double kill, taken down by the cat. It's a triple.
What was that Ezreal positioning? Holy
And
fuck.
Bifrost finally find a team fight win.
An insane fight. The fact that the Yumi is the one who has to come out the end and finish off the Azir.
Yeah, everything was kind of bad there. What the wait! He bought another Larged. He bought another fucking Larged. He's trolling. Yo, Knight, what the hell, dude? Chet, do you know that there's literally no items he can build here? He can't build anything but Shadow Flame. And this is literally trolling.
Don't think they're gonna go for it, but they might try and just see if they can pick someone off.
Yeah, I should have definitely done more damage early. Like, should have tried to zone them away from the dragon completely. Here should have been closer. He should have popped ult at some point, either on Azir when he landed it over the wall, or like to burst the front line here, like with a full combo. See how late he was and he just got one Q off. Here he did good zoning. They secured the dragon, but then Ezreal I think trolled after going in.
A little bit decisive in the beginning. Are we securing down the Drake? Are we going on towards Rabble? And in the end, it's just going to be Rabble securing the Drake with Fury then finally leaving his mark in this series, finding a few kills.
Look at this. Look at this fucking blast cone, dude. Oh my god.
I just love Binsu coming out and just doing like the little Yumi.
That should have been a one fight.
Gives him the
They
pet on the
did
way
it
out.
kind of
Finds
right.
himself that kill and
Not checkmate
shuts
position,
down
but
Rampage
should have been a
from
one
Fury.
fight.
Now Deathcap, Luden's Echo, Shadow Flame, building towards what I assume is going to be the
What?
Void Staff as the next item.
Why
Number
is he going
17.
fucking Shadow Flame?
It was a massive smite by Rabble to secure that dragon.
Why is
Only
Vel'Koz going
four
Shadow
to
Flame, chat? Can
Bifrost
someone
right now,
fucking explain me that?
but even so,
Please.
phenomenal
Can
damage
somebody explain
coming
me
out
that?
from this Azir.
Like at this point, we have
I just want the reasoning. Like, look at their MR. This guy's got fucked on MR. It's 0 value. Fucked on MR 0. Shields? What? Like, that's an old, like, old wives' tale. That's a fucking myth that Shadow Flame counters shields. It doesn't do shit. It doesn't do shit. Roy P, bro, you lose like what, 15 AP on Horizon Focus, and you get 10% damage. Do you think that's not worth it? Holy fuck. Yeah, the value is so shit. It's a troll item.
Irrelevant at this point. Really just comes down to execution of the team fights. This is something that we've said Bifrost have excelled at throughout the tournament, managing to get first in their groups, down to coming back in the late game from these moments. But this series has been about the Ultra League of representatives.
Riot Shop recommended.
Good binding indeed. Odie, Gale Force on cooldown now as well. Mid lane pro gained by a go.
Yeah, it counter shields. Thanks, Papa.
Into the Baron Pit if they want.
I didn't know.
Look at the
It
mini
counter
map.
shields.
This time
Incredible.
around, it's
Incredible item.
Vel'Koz 4
Ruins
minutes in the mid
shields.
lane. And
He's got
then
Hullbreaker.
they have Shikari on the bot side instead, and yes, you're
Oh,
right.
Azir fucked up. Ultim. He's dead. Yeah, Azir fucked up so hard there. That's GG.
Yes, they have Shikari in the base, and
That's
that's going to
GG.
force them away. Wave's been cleared out as well. But this might be a Baron.
But why? Why would you go in? You have Shikari on split push duty. Why are you looking for a fight
Wait.
there? At Go Rogue, they punish immediately.
Oh, if Knight gets back, he can defend. Oh, they don't spot him. He's going to be able to go clear out the wave, and the Baron's forfeit. Bifrost
eyes.
did everything in their favor. They just
Magi,
didn't
swear.
know.
Yeah, bang Magi started. Larger would have been much better.
What a fumble.
Although you're not really gonna get too many stacks in this type of game.
No, I feel like fumble's a lightweight for this.
But a Go Rogue, once again, they're in the position where they just punish, and they've been so good at that this game. Every time that one mistake has come through from Bifrost, well, at Go Rogue, they've been there punishing immediately. And it just goes to show, you
Does
can't
he not
mess
have
up
money
against
for
teams
the
of this
fucking
caliber.
Shadow Flame?
If you can't play the game correctly, you're just gonna lose.
How much money does Vel'Koz have? Can we press X casters?
Fishing for something? This seems risky.
It's very risky, and
Oh, no.
Shikari. If they check the
Ah! Sheesh.
Could have been disaster, but goes to
Disaster.
the and replay once again. Yeah, we just highlighted it. You have Shikari on split pushing. duty.
That Azir
He was
play
even
was just
looking
so
for the
fucking
bash
bad.
there.
He dashed in,
So
right?
bad.
He just needed to sit
He made a
back and
really
see
good
buttons
play
before.
earlier, and now he made such a
This
trash
is
play.
so unnecessary. Just clear the wave.
I
You
don't
have
know.
a Caitlyn. It's so easy to do.
And C-Boy afterwards just dashing in too, just saying, well, I see my mid lane."
Solidarity.
Yeah, he's
Never
porting in.
alone.
I wonder if he was meant to go further with that Q. I think
Ah!
the process.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He really is a larger than Joyer. He just buys them like out of habit, and then he realized there's no items to build in season 12 with fucking larger. He actually sold it into Void Staff. I mean, not terrible. Again, I would argue Horizon Focus gives you more damage in this particular game. He actually sold it.
You can argue, and I'll agree, but he shouldn't have just gone in at all.
God damn it.
It looked like that was also a bit of a mess up on his behalf, and that ended up really
larger than
way worse
Joyer.
than it was.
And now it's 30 seconds until that soul potentially once again for
Second decap would be better than Shadow Flame.
There was still a close fight. I feel like this late in the game, if you lose a fight by enough of a margin, especially a go rogue with that open bot in here, it could just be the game.
Oh, what the fuck? That
That was
Ezreal.
a lot of damage.
We talk about poke from the side of Bifrost. Need to mention the poke of Rgo.
They're jumping
Flash.
into the Cataclysm.
Ah, Flash fucking right. Flash right. You want to split away from your AD carry, you have fucking Azir on this side. Look, if he flash right, there's two options. They either go for fucking Ezreal, and he just shreds them, and he gets like the perpendicular angle when he can do this, and he can do like double, triple Qs from this side. Or if they chase you, they funnel inside here, where he can shred them all and then stopwatch. Why wouldn't he flash the right side? It's so free. You're in fight if you flash right, and they can't still engage you and kill you. When you run here, you just... it's so sad.
Oh, Narabal's the only one in the pit. A cannon barrage is just dissuading
Look,
so hard.
look how out of fight he is. I mean, they're winning on split push, but like...
He's got Baron, remember? He
Come
might be
on,
able to close
man.
this game out here.
Oh, that's a bad TP. They just uncovered him with a shit.
Oh, no! He's down! That
Yeah,
is
Azir kind of trolling this.
And Joel will be next to
He made one really good play.
Trying to find Odie. Odie has found him. The barrels are going to get used for the moment.
Yeah, they just got destroyed by the split push, so they were forced to make a play. They made a play, and even though Vel'Koz didn't flash in the right direction, still wasn't like enough. Yeah, they just made a call and they went for it. Last game we watched from Night was better. He didn't really do too much. He did just enough as he should. It was like a normal, average performance. He didn't have any like Vel'Kozisms, where he does some like cool shit. He died a bit much. Build suboptimal. And yeah, he wasn't really required for this victory at all. He's just... But I mean, this goes to show how good Vel'Koz can be in competitive. Like, he just offers this real good threat towards the tanks. And it makes enemies' tanks uneasy. Like, because this Sion, in some cases, like versus this like full AD, and this J4 can get really, really tanky and be annoying, right, for the front line. Xin is practically immune, like, but they can get to a similar state if they don't have Vel'Koz with Lion Race. So Vel'Koz just, he even like consciously built Voice Staff to just itemize against tanks. His only job was like, okay, you're not gonna engage and be immune. That's it. So yeah.
I feel like at least in this game we got some fight out of Bifrost. But
Pro
it's
player
not
missed
by
geometry
far
QR.
the better team in
Sure.
this
Can we
series.
get damage graph?
Anything needed you to be convinced that
Vel'Bot competitive? Vel'Bot is a lot easier to play. Again, situational, depends on the draft, depends on the like setup. What do you have? But you want to have some CC next time. Definitely. Can work, for sure. It's a good flex pick for that very reason. You can play him AP carry, you can play him support, you can play him mid lane. It all depends where you want to put him. The only downside of that is you need to have 3 proficient players of Vel'Koz. And the teams are struggling to have 1 right now, so a bit suboptimal. But yeah, if we can master him, he's a good pick there. Do we have damage graph?